From the perfect dishes to thoughtful seasonal touches, this time of year is all about creating a warm and delicious experience. Joining us today is CJ Lotz-Diego, Senior Editor of Garden and Gun. CJ, thank you so much for being here with us today. And tell us kind of about what we have on the table right now.
Absolutely. Garden and Gun covers the entire South, even though we're based here in Charleston. And it is citrus season in the South. So people think about fall and fall colors in the mountains. Well, here in Charleston, we get our own fall color, and that's with the lemons and the limes and the grapefruit coming into their ripening period. So this is a family recipe that my Florida family makes. This comes from my grandmother. It is so simple. There is one step, actually two. Cut and broil.
That's it?
That's it. And you sweeten the grapefruit with honey.
Okay.
So I'm using a little bit of mountain honey here for my friends in Appalachia.
Okay.
But any local honey will work. All you do is you cut the grapefruit open and you kind of segment out a little bit with your knife so that all that yummy honey goodness can get in there. You pop it under the broiler on high, and this is not the time to walk away.
Okay.
You need to stay there because it's going to caramelize very quickly. We're talking 5 minutes.
Oh, okay, so you gotta watch it.
You gotta watch it.
Okay.
This is a time to get your cup of coffee and just kind of hang out, have your own little grapefruit moment. Chill there, let the heat do all that work.
Yeah.
When you pull it out, it's an entirely different creature.
Wow.
A lot of people don't like grapefruit.
Yeah.
This can be kind of your gateway foray.
Oh, really?
Yes, it sweetens it up.
Yeah, so it really doesn't, it kind of takes grapefruit to a whole different level.
Whole different level.
So what would it look like at the end when it's done?
Well,
I'm gonna go take it out the oven.
from the magic of the oven, right here.
Oh, wow.
Now, you can put different toppings on it, put those on at the end, unless you're adding like a little bit of cinnamon or ginger. You can put a little bit of rosemary on, but to really take it to the next level, if it's a celebration, put a bourbon cherry on. And I brought these, our local Jack Rudy cocktail.
Oh yes, we love Jack Rudy. I love bourbon cherries too.
They're so good.
They're so good. They're so good.
They make anything feel like a celebration, and Garden and Gun sells these on Field Shop, which is our retail arm, and I just put one in at the end. You don't want it to broil the cherry. You put it on at the end, and it feels like a celebration. And so much of our holiday tables are brown or beige, which I love those foods too.
Yep, of course, of course.
Mashed potatoes and gravy and turkey. But look at this. I mean, how colorful is that?
And it's so interesting compared next to the, the regular grapefruit. All the colors, they got so much more vibrant. And it honestly looks even more delicious, because I love grapefruit personally. But yes, this looks absolutely phenomenal. And the cool thing, I feel like Garden and Gun really captures the essence of Southern hospitality. As far as recipes go, I mean, can we get recipes at Garden and Gun?
Every single issue.
Okay.
So the cover right now has this really surprising warm gin punch, which is perfect for the holidays. But there's always multiple essays and recipes in there. This is a personal family recipe, but all of the editors are always talking to our writers and thinking about our own memories to bring our readers different recipes.
Yeah. And so you mentioned that this comes from your grandma in Florida. So did she just come up with this one day? Did this come from another recipe? Like where was the birth of this?
I think in the 50s and 60s, this was sort of a classic grandma recipe, or the woman's recipe especially for people who were in citrus country. So in Central Florida, they're trying to figure out what to do with all this grapefruit, and this would be a common breakfast food. I called my mom right before to ask her about this, and she said it would be a normal weekday breakfast, except if you put the cherry on top, that's for the holiday.
Okay, so the cherry spruces it up a little bit.
That's what takes it up a notch.
Okay, well, it is absolutely beautiful, and it's so easy. I mean, anyone can do it. In addition to the wonderful recipes, I mean, as far as the holiday season goes, what else can we find in Garden and Gun for this most recent issue?
This is one of my favorite issues of the year. It's the Made in the South Awards, which is when we celebrate all of this Southern craftsmanship, all of our makers. So we are awarding duck call makers and bourbon distillers and all these craftsmen and artisans. It is truly the best gift guide if you want to support our local economy throughout the whole South. So this is such a special, uplifting issue that just celebrates all the diverse craftsmanship in the South.
And it's the 15th annual Made in the South edition. Wow, how wonderful is that? CJ, thank you so much for being here with us. Gardenandgun.com is where you can go to learn more information and also get your hands on one of these awesome issues. CJ, thank you again for being here.
Thank you.
We're back in 2 minutes.